Are you ready for pain? Are you ready for suffering? If the answer is yes, then you're ready.
So yesterday I found out that my boss let it slip to her boss that there are some kids here at this middle school in our program that want to go by different names, not their dead name and different pronouns, which many kids have before, but I have a new boss this year. And she wanted to know what the policy was on calling kids by different names or whatever. And when her boss got back to her, it was that we have to misgender kids and not use any other name but their dead names. And I don't know what to do because that's the whole reason I'm here. That's the one thing I wanted to do for these kids, and I what to do.
It's dangerous. Taking a confused child and twisting their mind into something demented. So you blocked me and everyone else that called you out, so you won't see this, but everyone else, this is what we're not gonna do. It's one thing to not know that your materials are racist or written by a racist author. Like, we're all learning new things every day. It's okay if you didn't know. But when you acknowledge it in your caption and in your comments that you know this material is problematic, but you're still gonna use it and celebrate it.
Yikes.
And even worse, when another educator tries to ask you about it, you just comment this and then block her and everyone else that tried to call you out. That, my friend, is called dirty deleting, and we usually do not do that in an educational space. I teach kindergarten age students, and I know from personal experience that there are plenty of materials to use that are not problematic. And I'll also say that I believe there are some ways that you could keep these books in your classroom appropriately. Teachers, let's do better.
What are some green flags that I look for in white friends? Well, unbeknownst to my white friends, I do have a sort of vetting process that does include one, like, I mention race and see if they're uncomfortable or not. You know, just like to get a base level understanding, because if they're uncomfortable around race, then they're uncomfortable around me and my identity and sharing that. Then two, I see how they react to me, like calling them out for some racist or microaggression that they've made, because it's inevitable. And that's basically the green flags. And if they're super comfortable or like they acknowledge that they're uncomfortable around race, then I'm like, okay, that's a green flag. And if they take the critique fairly well, like without like being angered or whatnot. Most white people fail this, but sometimes they don't, and that's great. Oh, also if white people like add to or contribute to a racial discussion with me, and that basically lets me know that they like talk about this apart from just their relationship with me. So that means like even if they weren't tied in a relationship or friendship with a person of color, they would still care about race.
My favorite things to remember is that I've had a lot of jobs before I started working at a school, and one of which was working in a factory, a pastry factory, and it was like 10 to 12 hour days of just like a lot of emotional and mental abuse. And well, I got pretty mentally ill and pretty tired and pretty sick of it, and I just started, like, whenever I had to fart, I just fart all over the pastries. Like, it was so loud in there you couldn't hear, and so I just farted on so many pastries. And if you live around here and have done me wrong, you've probably eaten my farts, and that feels pretty good.
Well, if men can't get periods, then why do I keep bleeding out of my wiener? Checkmate, liberal.
When I was in law school, I took a class called Reproductive Rights, and the professor posed a hypothetical to us one day. She said, imagine that you are a partner at a high-profile law firm in the 1960s. You walk into your office early before the rest of your colleagues arrive, and you see the receptionist sitting at her desk crying. You ask her what's wrong, and she tells you that she's been sleeping with a high-profile client, and now she's pregnant. The client doesn't want anything to do with her. Family will shame her if they find out. And she's scared that the law firm will fire her if she is unwed and pregnant. And at any rate, she can't afford to support a child. The professor wants to know how many of us will tell her about an abortion, take her somewhere safe to get one, and pay for it, because we have access to that because of our stature as this partner at this high-profile law firm. Mind you, abortions are still illegal at this time. Roe v. Wade hasn't come out. It's the 60s. And the professor wants to know how many of us will do this despite knowing that we'll likely lose our license because it's illegal. Immediately, almost all the white women in my class shoot their hands up. Right? I'm doing it immediately. I raised my hand and I asked the professor, what race am I in this hypothetical? And the professor says, I don't understand your question. I'm not sure why that's relevant. And I said, you just said, I am a partner as a Black woman at a high-profile law firm in the 1960s. Do you know what else is going on in the 1960s that my skill set is directly beneficial to? Do you know the opportunity I represent? How much of a resource and an asset I can be to my community? And you're asking me to risk all that as though I'm just have the luxury of thinking about myself. Like I probably don't have my whole family, probably generations of my family, depending on the income I'm able to access, that historically we haven't been able to access. How do you think I would be able to make that kind of decision in this moment without weighing these very real tensions more deliberately over some more extended periods of time? And in fact, right, your oblivion to why this is relevant, right, mirrors the way that most of the white women in this class shot their hand up. Perhaps we should be asking them why none of them are thinking about how their skill sets could benefit the civil rights movement. Why the tensions that are weighing on me aren't weighing on them, especially since the civil rights movement is poised to advantage them as much as it does anyone else. This is how one-dimensional feminism is created and replicated, because we use the white gaze and the white lens as though it is the default. We don't have the multifaceted.
I've been told my whole life that nice guys finish last, and that kindness in men is mistaken for weakness. We must reframe the messages that tell us that our power has to be hard, rigid, or immovable. The messages that tell us to grow a pair or not be a pussy anytime we soften up. But these are not my words. Man Enough by Justin Baldoni. Check it out.
Did you know? You have hormones. How dare you? Women are like zombies, except instead of eating your brains, they want to eat your connection with Jesus. I'm not saying that women in shorts are out to get you, but they are. God hates you because you're horny, and it's women's fault. So I'm not saying you should hate women, but like consider it. It's all part of God's beautiful plan for intimacy. Making eye contact with women is a slippery slope. Before you know it, you're selling your organs on the black market to pay for your nude beach addiction.
Okay, I'm not racist, but
She's gonna say something racist. Shut up.
continue. No, I said I'm not racist, but hear me out.
Guys, shut up. She's gonna say something offensive. Please.
Okay. No, but I said I'm not trying to be offensive or racist.
Oh, alright, guys. She's not racist, but she's gonna say something completely racist and offensive.
Continue. Never mind. That's what I thought.
This is my outfit for today, and if you don't like it, you could leave. Okay, love you.
Alright, I'm in the middle of cooking, but I had to address this comment right over here. First, I gotta put my tandoori on pause so it doesn't burn. Alright, honestly, I'm not even mad about this comment. I'm actually really happy that it came because it's a perfect opportunity to talk about what's been going on with men in our generation as a whole. But men have like this completely wrong idea that we can't do any of those things because it's not what makes us a man, right? Just because I like fashion, or I wear rings, or I did black henna on my hand, or I cook, or I take care of my laundry, or I fold my clothes, or I like smelling nice, or I take care of my skin and I have a whole skincare routine, doesn't mean I'm gay or I'm foodie in any way, shape, or form. And I'm not doing this to be attractive in any way, shape, or form, but I've spent a lot of time with my sister, and this is like ideally what a man should be. I'm doing it essentially so I can be a good husband and a good father to raise my sons better as humans and as Muslims. Learn about healthy masculinity. It will change your life, man.
Hey gay people. Are you gay? I am.
Hi guys, I'm Marcus. Mark in chat.
Hello.
Not a girl, what the fuck? Oh my
god. Shut the fuck up, I would literally shit in your mouth, mate.
Oh my god. What the fuck?
Oh my god, okay.
No, she came for me, bro. What?
Man, like what?